Hey fans, welcome back to episode 5 of the Fan Rant podcast. I am your host, Michael Pardal. Like last week, it's a big NFL week, week 18. Several teams prepare for the round 1 of the NFL playoffs, the wild card next week. We also got some NFL records broken and set for better and for worse. And lastly, I'll be giving out some weekly awards before the playoffs. Let's get to it. Myles Garrett breaks the single season NFL sack record. He set the record with 23 sacks.
First down. Burrow, he's under pressure, he's sacked. And there it is, a record that has stood nearly a quarter of a century has a new leader as 30-year-old Myles Garrett records his NFL record 23rd sack of the year, passing Michael Strahan and T.J. Watt on the all-time list.
Surpassing Michael Strahan's 22.5. Garrett beat the record in 17 games. Strahan beat the record in 16 games. Garrett for many years has been the Lambeau Park next to the trailer, and he chose to stay there. God bless him for sticking it out, but if it was me, I would have left as soon as I had the chance. Cleveland is cursed. It is a dumpster fire. Nobody knows exactly what they're doing, so you would have been better off somewhere else. But congrats to him. He now holds the new sack record. The Carolina Panthers win the NFC South with an 8-9 record. They got some help from the Falcons beating the Saints. It was their first time winning the division since 2015 and the first time making the playoffs since 2017. The Panthers, Falcons, and Bucks all had the same record, but the Panthers won the division because they had a better record against the two teams. The Panthers lost to the Bucks last Saturday 14-16. The Bucks almost won the division if the Saints won, but Tyler Shark threw a bad interception with 3:14 left in the game.
The NFC South and get the 4 seed. Tyler Shark, and it's intercepted. The Falcon take away D. Alford on his way. Eventually slowed down by Austin.
Game that ended up sealing the win for Atlanta. The Panthers will play the Rams at home in the NFC wildcard round next week, and the Steelers barely win the AFC North after beating the Ravens. Aaron Rodgers somehow put the team on his back in the fourth quarter. Both Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson were trading TDs in the fourth.
3rd and 4. Steelers bring 4. Highsmith is there. Jackson got away. Now reloads and throws to Flowers downfield. He's got it for a touchdown. Gainwell's the back. Valdez Scantling bottom of the screen. It's Gainwell running right, trying to get to the corner. In for the touchdown.
Still a shotgun.
3rd and 1. Fake to Henry Jackson.
Again.
Shot downfield. Zay Flowers again. Zay Flowers inside the 20. He's going to go. There is a flag on the far side. Rodgers protected. Throws to Austin for the touchdown.
It looked like the Ravens were going to win the game with a field goal with 2 seconds left, but kicker Tyler Loop had other ideas.
Loop from 44. Snap good. Hold it. The kick is no good. It is wide right. And the Steelers.
He actually missed a chip shot that went wide right. Ravens had so many chances to put the game away in the final drive but failed. The Steelers managed not to blow the division after losing to the Browns last week. In the NBA, trade rumors are heating up. Mavs are trying to trade Anthony Davis. And last year's Luka Doncic trade just continues to look worse and worse. Davis's value right now isn't high because he already gets paid a lot of money and he's injury prone. Yet Nico Harrison thought it was a great idea to trade Luka Doncic for him. Dude shouldn't be in the league ever again, by the way. The Hawks are expected to be shopping Trae Young. Same thing with Davis, his value isn't really high right now. Besides being considered a good shooter, he is not good running an offense, or is he good at playing defense. The Hawks have been a better team without him on the court. They are 14-11 without him and 2-8 with him. According to reports, there are not many teams interested. Giannis's market has stalled. If he does get traded, it will be during the offseason when he has more leverage on where he wants to go. The Nets' Michael Porter Jr.'s name is being tossed around. Potential teams interested include the Bucks, Warriors, Pistons, and Bulls. In the MLB, Blue Jays signed Japanese third baseman Kazuma Okamoto to 4 years, $60 million. He is considered one of the top power threats coming out of Japan. He got more than what was expected according to experts. This could hurt the Jays' chances of bringing back Bo Bichette, but I still think they'll re-sign him. Another star Japanese player signed with the Astros. Pitcher Tatsuya Ime signed a 3-year deal worth up to $63 million. He is the top pitcher coming out of Japan this year who throws a powerful fastball. And to match the Blue Jays and the Astros, the Yankees signed the great Paul DeJong to a minor league deal. Now it's time for the weekly rant. I want to rant about the Giants being allergic to the #1 pick and winning again this week, beating the Cowboys and dropping to the 5th pick, but I won't because I already ranted about them last week about the same thing. So let's talk about the other New York losers, the Jets. Just when their season couldn't get worse, it got worse because they did something that has never been done before and will probably never happen again. They played through 17 games without getting an interception. I repeat, they played 17 games without getting an interception. It's honestly incredible that happened because teams accidentally get interceptions. Balls get tipped in the air all the time and accidentally fall into someone's hands. Yet, that did not happen for the Jets through 17 games. It's literally an unbreakable record. No one could break this record. No team could break this record. All they could do is tie it. But the first ones to be remembered that happened to was the Jets. Honestly, send all the defensive players' helmets to Canton because you're never going to see this again. It should be in the Hall of Fame. How crazy this feat is. All jokes aside though, this embarrassing feat happened in a 3-14 season by the Jets. All under Aaron Glenn in his first season as a head coach. A coach that has looked like he has no idea what he's doing. And you're supposed to tell me that he should be back? No. No way. There's been nothing good he's done. And don't give me the excuse of all the bad things that have happened to the Jets. Injuries and bad QB play and players getting traded. That happens every year for the Jets. That doesn't excuse the awful calls and mismanagement that's been a constant thing all season. The Jets got killed 2 games in a row by the Patriots and Bills. Their 2 division rivals. They looked non-competitive against both of them. They looked like a UFL team against an NFL team. Josh Allen didn't even need to play. Mitch Trubisky tore them up.
Right there, trying to get Ty Johnson on the ground one-on-one is a tough thing for the corners.
11th play of the opening drive. Trubisky looking, end zone, touchdown! 3rd down and 1. Trubisky to Davis, and Davis is stopped. No, he's back who went off for the Jets, and now it's 4th and goal. Trubisky has some time, throwing end zone. It is Cole Gabe Davis. Or wide open in the flat. Can he get in? He can!
Them up. And then you have these camera shots of Glenn constantly looking baffled or staring into space. It's a joke. I guess bad owners just love being bad. That's what Woody Johnson and John Mara have in common. They love owning awful teams. Jets fans have every right to be angry and to curse this franchise any chance they get. God bless whatever quarterback gets drafted to this dumpster fire, whether it's Mendoza or Moore or some other poor sap. Now it's time for the hot seat. Ravens head coach John Harbaugh is on this week's hot seat. Ravens were expected to run away with the AFC North this year, but didn't. Multiple factors, including a slow start in the season and Lamar Jackson getting hurt multiple times, forcing them to play backups more than once. This season, they failed to make the playoffs. They had a chance, but they lost to the Steelers this week. After all the adversity, and now some around the league think the Ravens could move on from him after years of unfulfilled expectations. Super Bowl contenders every year, yet they always fall short in the playoffs. And now this season, they failed to make the playoffs. The issues have now been more glaring. Defense hasn't been good for a while. 16 blown fourth quarter leads in 5 years, which is tied most in the league. And there were reports halfway through the season of tension between Jackson and Harbaugh after it was reported that Jackson sleeps during meetings and stays up late playing video games. It wouldn't surprise me if the Ravens move on from him to get a fresh face that could possibly push them over the top like they desperately need, considering how good the teams are every year. But it hasn't been working with Harbaugh yet. If Harbaugh were to get fired, he would be the most sought after head coach this offseason. Now, speaking of the Steelers, they are this week's winner of the week. They managed not to blow the division, even though all signs pointed toward them actually blowing it, especially after they lost to the Browns last week. But they managed to win when it mattered, even if they got lucky. They can thank Tyler Loop for that, but old man Rodgers still came through for them. If they did lose it, it wouldn't have been his fault. So now he gets to play at least one more game. The Steelers will face the Texans next week in the wild card. The Texans have a great defense, so good luck. And now our loser of the week, the Giants fan base. No number 1 pick. Joe Shane's still the GM. John Mara and Steve Tisch still the owners. Another 4-13 record. This is just an awful week for the Giants. I don't care if they won the last 2 weeks. They won 2 meaningless games. Where was this effort during the regular season? In the beginning of the regular season? In the middle of the regular season? At the end of the regular season? Where was this effort? All of a sudden, they want to start winning games? Today, the Cowboys rolled over on purpose. They benched their starters halfway through the game. And we're all supposed to accept this was a lovely win. They let us win because they knew that they could screw us. That's what I choose to believe, at least. I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry Jones did it on purpose. But anyways, it cost us the top 2 picks that could have been traded for more picks that would have been instrumental to building this roster for multiple years. They didn't win anything when it mattered, and now they win when it doesn't matter. They won these culture games without a head coach, by the way. That's honestly crazy. But because Kafka ain't coming back, and if he does, they're doomed and deserve what they get. These late wins have never done anything for the team the following year, and we're supposed to believe it will this time. Yeah, okay. Here we go again, folks. Another year, another off-season of mock drafts. And that's it for episode 5. Even though my team stinks and is out of the playoffs, I'm excited for this year because there are no clear contenders for the Super Bowl like previous years. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment on your Super Bowl predictions, and I'll talk to you guys next time.